It was hurtful and sad to see that happening. A firing squad around a person who I believe was a true patriot, a person who I believe did everything that he can for this country, a person who I believe, as I mentioned before, has done more in one term than most presidents had done in 2 terms, historical things. And I was shocked by what I was seeing.
If you would have just been honest with us and we could have made our decision that way, maybe other Democrats wouldn't have formed a firing squad, so to speak, against Biden and came down so hard on him. You guys was just lying your asses off.
You all know she will be the first Black woman, the first out LGBTQ plus person to serve in this role, which is amazing because representation matters.
Clearly, the president believes in representation matters.
You all know she will be the first Black woman.
So that's how she introduced her. The first Black woman and lesbian woman. And we all know that representation matters. That's why she was picked. And also that's why she was not very good at her job. She wasn't good at her job. Whenever I watched her get asked questions by people, you didn't even need Peter Doocy to put a gotcha question in front of her. She just did not know how to answer those questions. Why? Because Biden and that administration seemed like they didn't know what the hell they were doing, or they was always in cover-up mode. And she was just trying to cover up for them. So now here she is trying to take up for Daddy Biden, somebody that she would take up for no matter what, because he gave her an opportunity because she's a Black woman and she's a lesbian woman, which means absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? If you're qualified, you qualify. If you're not, if you're not, you're not. But she got the job because of that. So I want y'all to hear her take up for her Daddy Biden, and for all of the people that went against him. She still feels some type of way about that. She's not even talking about MAGA Republicans going up against him. She's talking about Democrats giving up on Biden, who gave her an opportunity. So there's absolutely nothing that Biden did that she would critique at all. She looked at him as the greatest thing since sliced bread. And just giving y'all some context just so you can understand why she feels this way about Biden.
Personally, I think what was the toughest thing to see in the 3 weeks was there was a disconnect for me, what was happening with leadership in the Democratic Party and how it was truly, as my former colleague, communications director, Ben LeBolt said, it was a firing squad. And I had never seen anything like it before. I'd never seen a party do that in the way that they did. And it was hurtful and sad to see that happening. A firing squad around a person who I believe was a true patriot, a person who I believe did everything that he can for this country, a person who I believe, as I mentioned before, has done more in 1 term than most presidents had done in 2 terms, historical things. And I was shocked by what I was seeing.
And Karine, just to clarify, it's your other Democrats and Democratic leadership coming out against Biden.
Yep, I had never seen anything like that. That was, if you're asking me, the thing that I saw in those 3 weeks, that was shocking. And instead of coming together to really be unified and trying to figure out how do we save our democracy, how do we fight back, that's what I was seeing. And, you know, that's what we decided to do for 3 weeks. And, you know, it was truly, truly unfortunate. And I think it hurt us more than I think folks realized to have done that.
And I know we're coming, and thank you so much for your question.
Thank you so much for your question.
I know we're coming up on.
All right, so here's the issue. Karine Jean-Pierre did not take any responsibility for her role in this. What you did was lie to the American people about Biden's mental health for a long time. You also lied to the American people. Just now, you said that he was the most patriotic president. What was patriotic about him picking illegal immigrants over American citizens? What was patriotic about that? What was patriotic about him picking special groups and special interests over the rest of this country. What was patriotic about that? That wasn't patriotic. It wasn't patriotic to me. Now, and this is somebody who actually, and I apologized before, so I'm not going to apologize again. I voted for Biden. I voted for Biden. I voted for Obama. I voted for Hillary. You name the Democrats that ran, I voted for them. I voted for them. I'm part of the reason. I'm part of it. So it's my responsibility now to try to correct the ship. It was my responsibility to do my research and to listen to the other side objectively. It was my responsibility to hold the administration that I voted for accountable. It was my responsibility. Some people might turn on my channel and figure that here I am kowtowing to a whole bunch of conservative people so that I can build up my fan base. That wasn't the case whatsoever. I'm a grown ass man. I got a family. You know what I mean? I've been married for 27 years. I got 4 amazing young adult children who are doing great in life. I grew up in the hood, 4505 3rd Street Southeast to be exact. I was outside. I wasn't one of them type of kids that didn't want to be in the dark, that didn't want to be in the action. I wanted to be outside in the middle of the night. I like getting to fights. I like going around other people's neighborhoods and starting stuff. At a certain age, I like stealing cars. I like doing bad things, but it was my environment. And I thought that as a product of that environment, you're supposed to vote the same type of way. You're supposed to move the same type of way. And that's exactly what I did. So when I see a Karine Jean-Pierre, who is the press secretary, who is the person that knows everything about our president at the time, Biden, and you're never giving the American people honest information of what's going on in the White House, and you're always gaslighting, you're not accepting any responsibility as to Kamala Harris's contribution and considering her even on the level to potentially be a president of this nation. You were lying the entire time. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from 0 to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace. So when the American people who was delusional and was believing everything that you fed them, when they saw for themselves that Biden was gone in the mind, that they were starting to doubt who in the hell was the president all this time. He can't even put a sentence together. Every time he goes to sit down after standing up at a podium, no matter if he's at a funeral or a special event or a press conference, this dude don't answer a whole bunch of questions because he can't. He don't know how to find his seat. He's falling down every single opportunity that he has to even try to walk up some stairs or something. He was clearly diminishing in front of our eyes, and all you did was lie and lie and lie. But then when he stood up beside Trump in that debate, people saw for themselves. You know, the people that y'all lied to that will believe anything you say, they don't need any proof. They finally saw for themselves that this dude was gone. He's gone. And then you talking about saving democracy. You ended up putting Kamala Harris in the forefront as the Democratic nominee, and she wasn't voted for. Where was the democracy then? Nobody voted for her to run. You guys force fed us that. You, Nancy Pelosi, whoever else, not you, because you had no power. All you had to do was go out there with your fake binder, lie to the people, give us some bubbly answers that was for your agenda, which is LGBTQAI+, that you forced on our children, you forced in the schools, you forced in the workforce. You was bringing people, y'all was giving people jobs simply because they were LGBTQAI+. That's how you diminished DEI, which was I guess you tried to put it forward to help certain groups, but you actually put it forward to make opportunities for people like yourself who clearly was not qualified. Yeah, you got all of these degrees, because we're not even going to go through that. She got a ton of degrees. She got a ton of experience doing this, that, and the third. But when it came to you doing your job, you did a piss poor job. I'm sorry. And I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt because I thought you was a little cutie pie. Everybody was calling you Raggedy Ann and saying you had a mop on your head and stuff like that. And I'm not that type. Listen, I might laugh at it and joke here and there, but you know what I mean? I thought you was cool. At least I'll try to give you the benefit of the doubt. But the more I saw you stand in front of these reporters and give us lie after lie, cover up after cover up, and then you try to accuse us of misinformation and disinformation. That right there told me how disingenuous you was. And I you know what I mean? I decided to switch up because of that. And a lot of people like me decide to vote different because of that. If you would have just been honest with us and we could have made our decision that way, maybe other Democrats wouldn't have formed a firing squad, so to speak, against Biden and came down so hard on him. You guys was just lying your asses off. And when Trump was in office in 2016, he was in office and he had Kelly McEnany. I think that was her name, Kelly McEnany. And she was the press secretary. I promise you, that lady got on my damn nerves. And the reason why she got on my nerves is because she was so sharp. It's because it seemed like she knew what she was doing. It's because she stood on integrity and she stood for a president that I didn't vote for. So I wanted her to be wrong. I wanted her to get tripped up when a reporter asked her a question, but that never happened. Whenever I saw you standing in front of these reporters, all you did was look down in the binder, give us lie after lie, all these mistruths, and you did not serve Biden well. So that's why he ended up getting drug across the coals and done dirty the way he was. And he deserved every penny of it. So DEI hire, you got what you voted for. You got everything that they put you in place to do, and you should be happy about it. You can't complain about it. All right. And I voted for Trump, and now I'm holding him accountable as well. Promises made, promises kept.